Greetings, fans of AFTERBUZZ TV. During last week's AFTERBUZZ TV, the Jersey Shore edition, certain questionable actions and behavior took place on the part of our hosts. The parties involved have been reprimanded, and further ramifications are pending following a more in-depth review. In the meantime, AFTERBUZZ TV would like to publicly apologize to the dedicated AFTERBUZZ TV hosts of the Glee edition and the American Idol edition, and to the AFTERBUZZ community in general. While we continue to provide you with the finest in after-show entertainment, as well as a platform for free speech and opinion, we are sensitive to the feelings of others. We ask you for your patience and forgiveness in these trying times, and look forward to your continued support.
You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV network.
Very good, Keith. Johnson.
From the AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California, and now streaming live on Ustream, this is AFTERBUZZ TV for the game. Tonight's host is Courtney Stewart. Joining Courtney will be AFTERBUZZ co-hosts Isabel Mora, Kenny Harrison, and Curtis Taylor. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip about the game. If you'd like to buzz in on tonight's show, you can buzz us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off and the buzz continues, Courtney Stewart.
Hi. Hello.
And it so begins.
It is the finale episode.
Wow, you guys are applauding.
They're
I'm
it's an
hurt.
applause for a completed season, but it's also
Yeah.
for an end
Yeah.
to a very short season that had lots of wonderful things happen and lots of things that were frustrating that happened, but nonetheless, a season nonetheless. And
It was a season, yeah.
they made it through, and they gave us a finale episode full of lots of little yummy tidbits to
absolutely.
take with us in hopes of a season 5. So let's jump right on into the episode this week. We have about 18 different things that happened this time. So we're going to start at not really the top, but sort of our version of the top. And we're going to talk about Tasha Mack and her sexy Jerry Curl, Mario Van Peebles, Bo, a.k.a. Ronnie Bo. We don't know what your name is because you ran a big old hustle to get some tang.
So Courtney,
we'll start
did you like the show?
Did I like this episode? I have mixed feelings. I'm not sure. I haven't been able to settle on it. I was entertained by the episode.
I was very entertained.
I laughed, which I still look to the game to make me laugh. So I appreciated that I laughed a few times. And I appreciate that they gave us some cliffhangers, as they said they would.
Absolutely.
So I guess overall, as an evaluation, I enjoyed it and I liked it. And I'm glad for what they did. Kind of. Everybody?
No, I enjoyed the show. I mean, like I said earlier, before we got on the airs, there was drama when it was necessary, and there was comedy when it was necessary. That's all I ask, from the game, is to be structured. Even though it's like you have a lot of different characters, a lot of different people you have to cover. I thought this episode they did a good job within the 30 minutes of covering people's stories and having people like, oh my God, I didn't know that was gonna happen. Oh wow, that actually did happen.
Yeah.
It was full of that, so I enjoyed it.
I will say, for making the comment that there was like 80 million things happening,
Yeah.
I kind of felt like almost it was sort of back to what it was.
I was just about to
because
say that, yeah.
It at least kind of gave a piece of everybody's story
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
that
Yeah,
episode. So I
absolutely.
did enjoy that quite a bit. Sorry. Anything else you want to add?
Well, no, you took the words right out of my mouth. I actually finished all 3
yes,
previous
everybody,
seasons.
cheers to Kenny.
Yeah.
He is officially
He's
caught
exactly.
up.
He's finally in the game.
And
He's finally in the game.
I am in the game, and
finally a player.
I absolutely enjoyed the first 3 seasons.
Absolutely.
And so coming into the show, the first episode of season 4, I wasn't completely lost, but I was not as engaged in the characters.
Mm-hmm.
But after watching all 3 of the seasons, I actually am I'm rooting for the characters now. Like I understand their motivations, you know, and their relationships, their past relationships, and so yeah, I enjoy it. You know, I'm into it now in retrospect. So.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thank you.
Speaks to the success of this season of the game, even though we have had our criticisms,
Right.
which is fair, which is what we do here. It's what we want to do. We are criticizing and critiquing and enjoying and doing all of that.
Right.
But fans nonetheless.
Yes.
So I appreciate that.
Yes,
Welcome on board.
absolutely.
Welcome on
Thank
board,
you.
Kenny.
Thank you.
Thank you.
welcome.
And I definitely agree that this episode was kind of a throwback to the first couple of seasons. I mean, they had the comedy and the drama, and there was and they covered a lot as far as each character getting get their story in. So
There was no snore moments.
No, not at all.
No.
Not at
Yes,
all.
yes.
Not
it
at
was
all.
like watching ping pong with
Yeah.
Forrest
right,
Gump.
yeah.
It definitely had that. I was shocked that we actually sat through.
We can barely hear you.
An
Yeah, I can hear
hour. This was an hour episode, right?
No,
Half
it was
hour.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. It,
Well,
felt,
you-
it seemed like it could have been an hour.
Right.
There's so
That's
much going
why
on.
when we're done, I kept thinking, "Are we seriously done? This is
Yeah.
it?"
You want more.
That's
Because
exactly.
like, what
That's
we
what we've
always
been waiting
like,
for.
yeah.
We've been waiting for that moment where, the game's like, oh, I can't wait until next week. I can't wait until next week.
Exactly.
This was the episode where I was like, man, I can't wait to see what happens the next time. Unfortunately, we have to wait until another season.
They
but
still
so
did
be
their
it.
job.
One sad note. No Kelly Pitts.
Well, we already know
No,
why
I know,
she wasn't
but
there.
I know, but I.
But we
I
have
really,
potential positive
I
news
know.
about that in news and gossip.
I just thought
Okay.
for the
Do we?
finale,
Okay.
They
we
would've
would
had
Potentially.
her.
something.
Potentially.
Potentially.
Yeah.
But
Okay, good.
nonetheless,
Is it the same kind of potential where we were going to have Hosea come in and say something?
well, let me say
Wow.
right now that we were, of course, for the last 3 weeks, we were, hoping and trying to get Hosea in. He has, his people have been in active contact with me, very kind, respectful, enjoyable people, and scheduling just quite hasn't worked out yet. So hopefully over the next few months, we might see Hosea in the studio doing a little something on something. And then when the game comes back, we will get him in to speak specifically about the game. But he's a cool dude, and
So you don't think he didn't come in because we're little people? And
I don't think so. I
Okay.
think that if that were the case, his people would have been much more direct. Like, sorry,
No,
no
yeah.
can do.
well, Hosea, we want you to come in
we
to
want
see
you.
us.
We
Yes.
want to
Not
see
just
Um,
Hosea.
He was
Kobe,
Yeah, Pooch,
Pooch.
definitely Pooch.
Also, everyone involved in the
Tia.
game. It's an open
Oh,
floor.
Rachel, I would love.
Because if you don't, we will talk about you.
We're gonna talk smack about you constantly because
Absolutely.
you're not here. And Isabel wore a dress just for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
She
Maybe he was
had to do extra
disappointed.
makeup.
Maybe he was disappointed from last show, and he just didn't think Chi-Chi was gonna come through.
Yeah,
Really?
because you didn't
Right.
dance. Like you
That's what
promised to dance and you never did it.
Hey.
So he was like, I'm not
There's
going if I'm not
still
gonna have
time.
my girls.
There's still time.
But
Well.
he's a lovely man. I met him on
beautiful
the red
man.
carpet. He gave me the red carpet interview that we had a couple weeks ago. So thank you for
That was
that
great.
time.
Appreciate
We
it.
appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Appreciate it.
And we just would love to speak with you a little bit more about a few more
And touch
things.
you.
So
Touch you.
disregard the sexual commentary from my co-host.
I know.
Unless you're into that, then by all means, go on.
Welcome it.
But
Classic.
regardless, he seemed like a great guy, and hopefully we'll work it out. Scheduling's difficult, and it is. We do tape, guys. It's the Pacific Coast, and
it's late.
It is late.
Absolutely.
And actors gotta get some sleep and get up in the morning and whatnot.
Right.
So I understand, but we hope.
Even though I saw him driving down the street just a few minutes ago.
I know he was like, "Let me see where this at." No,
This is a regular occurrence with people trying to. Okay, never mind.
hater. Are you trying to say something?
Well,
about
no,
me, Kenny?
we had this discussion last night about trying to get people into to our show.
Well,
and
I was having the conversation. I admittedly am a little bit maybe prejudiced about it, that the brown people seem to give me a little more trouble than the others.
See, we can't have that. We can't have
And we
that.
can't have that. This
Yeah.
is a brown show and we want
I
our brown
know.
people. But
Absolutely.
it is what it is. Everybody's got things to do. So
Yes,
we understand,
absolutely.
we respect, we appreciate, and we just hope to see you soon.
And we
Absolutely.
we still have a phone line, so they can always call.
Always call.
Right.
The line's open and available. So call in, and hopefully we'll see you, talk to you. Love to meet you.
So what's that number, Jesse? What's that number they can call in?
424-256-1729.
And that's our lovely DJ Jesse
Yeah,
with our phone number.
He's like 424.
Yeah, he's like,
Call us.
you know that.
Let
You know
us
what
know
his
what's
first.
up.
You know what his first job used to be.
Stripper?
What was his first
Stripper.
job?
He sounds like John B.
Phone-
He's
He's a
like
phone
No,
operator.
those sex operators.
Yeah.
We all had that job.
424
It's okay,
is
Jesse.
She
It's
said
we all had that job. I never had that
I never
job.
had it, even though I definitely contemplated it because it makes really decent money from home. But
I actually had a roommate in college who
I
worked.
had a
Whoa.
friend
Really?
who
Yeah.
did it.
So.
Decent money, I wouldn't be doing this job.
You know,
What does it pay?
I mean, for a college kid, it's
But you know what? I don't think that job exists anymore. Everyone's going online.
I think
so.
that-
He's everybody calling
Now
online.
you can
Now
get it
they
for
Why
wanna
would I
see
free.
call?
Get it
Why
for
would I want to
free.
call in to
I
like
just
hear
don't-
someone's voice?
I
anymore?
don't-
Now my
Why
friends
wouldn't
can
you,
just call
Kenny?
me.
Because he wants to see you naked. That's why.
Exactly. But like all the acting in the world, that's too
Now we have
comedic for
cameras.
me. I can't deal.
Webcams.
I laugh.
Yeah, now you have
Webcams.
webcams.
You.
Well, she said
I mean,
now we do.
Are
'cause-
you interacting and
yeah,
such?
she has like 3 in her,
Is that
her
how you
bedroom.
make your money and afford your apartment? She did just buy a new car, y'all. So
Really?
maybe that's what's going on.
Really?
Gosh.
Anywho,
Chi-Chi's been to work.
Chi-Chi's been working it
Overtime.
somewhere. Working it overtime.
That's like by the
somewhere.
time I come here, I'm tired.
Okay.
On her video
Jesse's
phone.
always on it.
On her video phone.
Right.
Oh my God. All right. So, speaking of Chi-Chi and her exploits, let's talk about the exploits of Mr. Bo Ronnie, or Ronnie Bo, however you'd like to refer to him.
Did I not call it?
As we see him on screen. I'm just glad he didn't have AIDS. Like, I thought they were going to come back and be like, he's got like some
Tasha,
major
you're
disease.
dying.
I
No,
mean,
we need Tasha.
I think we all kind of knew that he was
He
just
was running a
joking.
hustle.
It was funny.
Just
though.
joking.
I
I didn't-
loved it.
You didn't think he was joking?
No, that's not a joke. He was a player, and he.
I want to know how he had connections to bring in Keith Sweat.
Well, but see, because here's the thing, he's good at what he does apparently, and he went hard at it. I mean,
but can you say really? Like, I mean, if I'm gonna be played, play me like that. Like,
Nah,
I got a little Keith
nah.
Sweat. I got a little, good time. You took me to some nice places. We enjoyed ourselves.
I got
Like,
free gifts,
I'm not
dinners.
pregnant. I don't have no nasty gifts from you. Like, cool.
What's
all
wrong with
right.
you
And I
people?
think, I think that's why
No.
she walked away from it. Because
mean,
she
it's
was
so
like,
easy.
I'm good. I'm
I
in a
had
good
a
place.
good time.
Yeah.
well, she said
And
she
she-
learned something from it.
Well, because she
did
wasn't
learn something
invested
from it.
in that.
Well, she took the positive things out of the situation, which is cool. But he played her. I mean, like that's not. There's
I
no.
don't think she got played.
No, she got played,
I
but she
mean-
understood the game. She understood what was going on.
No,
and
no,
she
no.
wasn't invested.
She didn't understand what was going on.
No,
she
she
just
got it.
she just said, you know what? At the end of the day, I became a better person because of some of the things that went on in the relationship. But like she said, the old Tasha would have busted a cap in you. But she's bigger than that
did
now.
say that.
Now she's
funny.
she herself
My
is in a
glove compartment.
Yeah,
exactly.
I would have pistol whipped you
Yeah,
and shot
those-
yourself and them
the
ashy kids.
I was like, what?
But you also
was
don't
great.
think Little Dante had something to do with that? Because he did also leave
Bump
a
little
foot.
Well,
No. I
He
think.
also left a little thumbprint on
Bump little
her.
dangling.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah,
where is he?
yeah.
No, I think
He's
in
probably
the
at the
situation.
playground somewhere.
I think in this particular
On the
situation,
jungle gym.
she feels. Well, she feels like everything is on her, in her favor. She feels like she had signed Malik, and then she figures she'll have Derwin and Malik. And to be honest with you,
no.
at the time she did. She had Derwin and Malik.
But I don't think any of that had anything to do with her
Yeah.
personal.
Nah, I think it has a lot to do
what
with it.
happened is he kept her at base. He was like, I don't want you to see me like this. Let's have fun now, and then let's not get
Let's
involved.
just be in the moment.
Right. You think that's what it was?
Yeah. So she was not attached. There was no longing to be
And
with
maybe
her.
most guys should do it that way.
Really?
I think it would work perfect.
No,
guys
I
should
think
do
the
it that
situation
way.
was that it.
I'm not
Most
saying
guys
I'm
do
not
do
saying
that
I'm
way.
not saying
Exactly,
lie about it.
exactly. That's
Maybe
like,
if
what
we
are
make-
you?
maybe if
Are
we
you
make-
serious?
I'm not
Maybe the
saying,
ones I've
wait,
encountered.
I'm not
Yeah.
saying, I am not
saying.
saying lie about it, but I'm saying the way he kept it was just like,
Well,
we're
I'm
just
gonna die?
go-
Like,
no,
really?
No, can we just spend 3 days together? I just want to.
Oh, so you think a guy should sleep with you for like 3 days and then he bounces?
Can you put it all?
No, but
That's
put
what
it
you're
all
saying.
Out, put it all out there. Hey, I'm not interested in you in just
No,
but
he said he was
sleeping with you for
interested, but he
3
said I'm
days?
dying. Like, oh, the only reason why we can't be in a relationship because I'm dying. He played her like to the like. That's the most cruelest thing that could actually happen.
but
Someone
she-
tells you that they're about to die.
But she
Let's be
got
real.
something
Well,
out
Let's be
of
real.
it,
The
though.
only way she got
thing-
something out of it, the only reason why she got something out of it is because of the stuff she took from it. She took positive things out of the situation, but
Okay.
that was a dog situation. There was no way around
you
that.
think if he would have said the truth, or maybe not said I'm dying, but let's have a fake relationship for a few months, you think that would have been better than just than just an intense week where they don't know each other and they just
Absolutely. I think if you're going to, like you said, oh, maybe guys should do it. I think if a guy's going to not be in a relationship with you, he should be upfront and say, you know what?
That's what I meant.
No, he should be up say,
Make
you
it
know
easier.
what?
Let's
No,
spend
no.
3 days banging. That's it.
But I'm
bye.
dying?
You know
No,
what?
but see,
I
to
didn't
say that
say
I'm dying is
lie
but that's what I'm saying.
about
He
that.
said that.
If anything, saying that I'm dying, if anything to me, that's more of an issue for you
Right.
than it is for me.
Exactly.
You're claiming
Wow.
your own death just
Exactly.
to get a little.
It could
Yeah, I
have also
can't
been a
believe I'm here.
metaphor.
So that's a
It could have also
mess.
been a metaphor. I'm just.
I can't believe I'm hearing this.
Who knows? But I mean, they had a good time together.
Right.
I don't necessarily agree that you should
Right.
lie in order to have a short-term relationship. Maybe you should probably tell the truth.
Yeah, I think you should
But
just say, you know
I don't
what?
think in that situation, if anybody's brought the most harm, it would have been him for
Really?
claiming his own
Exactly.
death. Like that's like speaking. I mean, that's my own belief. Like I wouldn't speak my own death into existence
Right.
just to get laid for a night or a
Right.
couple nights.
Couple
like that's
nights, right.
ridiculous.
And it was
So-
only one time.
You know
Wow.
what? I gave him
One
credit.
time.
I gave him credit for being as creative
Right.
about
It
the
was-
whole
and it was
situation.
Really?
And
He
I
did a good job.
You know what?
Like,
He
hey,
had her running through the streets of Atlanta City.
Yes.
naked.
See,
I
naked.
mean,
no
He was
clothes
in San
on.
Diego.
Wow.
He didn't
San
just
Diego, we
drive
all know
her
it's
through
San
McDonald's and said, "Let's go F."
You know what's amazing to me?
dinner,
You know what's
McDonald's,
amazing?
let's go.
Because at the beginning of the episodes, like when we started with the first episode, I was the one talking like you guys are talking.
Oh please.
At the end of the episode, at the end,
no.
I'm the one that's talking with some sense. I can't believe.
No, we have
Are you trying to tell me I don't? I'm
I
not
can't believe you
saying
guys
what
are-
he did was right.
No one's
There's
condoning
nothing right
it.
about it.
We're not saying
Right.
it's moral. We're not saying it's right. We're not saying it's okay. What we're saying is that what he did allowed her to enjoy herself
Mm-hmm.
without investing her spirit and her soul into him. And that's why she was able to be like, you suck and I know it, but I'm
Right.
cool with it.
Right.
I enjoyed what I got from you. You were reason
I
season
mean-
lifetime. You were for a season. Your season was a few days. It's over. I'm done. I got
Curtis,
And
have
she
you
needs to
ever
walk away.
have you ever had a I don't know F buddy where you guys both
No,
know
I've never.
it's just
I-
sex and that's it?
No,
And you don't
there was a
You don't
time.
have, you don't have
No,
one of those
see?
just in case of emergency.
No, he
buttons
I
to
wish.
push.
I
Kenny,
wish.
he just doesn't tell them. He just
No, no,
uses
no.
them.
No, I wish I had someone where I could say, you know what, you're just
Why don't you just roll on over?
Well, I mean,
Maybe
you're just a
Come on,
jump
come on,
off,
think
and
about
you
it
know
this
what,
way.
call
Come
you.
through.
What
I'm gonna
about
call you
this?
when I need you, and they're like, okay, cool.
What about this?
not-
Because when you have the ability, like when you, at least in that situation, you don't think on some level, maybe just playing the devil's advocate, that it was almost him being more fair to her than any other way to be fair to a woman. Because even if you tell, I'm just gonna say this from some experiences that I had, there are some men that are honest and upfront with women about not being interested in a relationship. They don't behave like they're in a relationship. They actually behave the opposite.
Absolutely.
But the women know that they still want a relationship and they're doing things that make it look
Happens
like a
all the
relationship.
time.
So they fall into that trap of being like, but I'm actually into you and I want to have a relationship, but you're with so-and-so and so-and-so and so-and-so. Even though he's like, yo, you're not my
I
girlfriend.
was square with you. Yeah.
I was square with you. You're not my girlfriend.
Right.
So at least in this situation, he doesn't even give her room to do that.
Right.
Wait, 'cause he backs out of it. He
and
backs
not-
out of it.
He backs out of it. And I'm not, again, it is still lying. It is still perhaps amoral or immoral, whatever that word is. But on some level, maybe he's almost sort of gave her herself without even trying because she didn't fall into the trap of being like, oh my God, this could be amazing.
right.
And I don't know, but I
Right.
love you.
So in other words, you think, I get where you're coming from, but you think it should be more or less like a guy should, if he says, I'm not into a relationship at all, there should be like a 2 or 3 sex rule or something like that, where I'll sleep with you for like 3 or 4 times and I'm out.
I think it's an individual basis. You make the decision as a man or a woman to, if given all of the information up front, then it's the other person's decision
Right.
to say, okay, well, if I want to be involved in this situation, then this on me. And I think he kind of took all that away from her.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, it was kind of like uplifting for her because she didn't have that pressure. She didn't have,
because she thought she was dead.
And well,
she was in a better place.
Well,
generally, if I'm a realist. Generally, if you tell a woman that you're dead, and then all of a sudden she runs into you, and hold on, let me finish.
Well, he didn't tell her that she was dead.
No, he said he was dying.
He was dying.
Well, here's the thing. Let me tell you something what generally happens.
To keep her at bay.
Okay. Well, let me tell you something what generally happens. I'm gonna tell you. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what.
That trick found.
I'm gonna tell you what.
I was like walking around the mall.
That sounds good. You guys can, glamour. But I'm gonna tell you what will really happen. I'm gonna tell you what will really happen.
She would have shot him.
Exactly.
I mean,
exactly. There's no way around it. There's no way around. No,
it's just he think
you guys are saying, not you, but you two are saying, oh. Especially you that's the perfect. No, that's the best way a guy should do it.
I didn't mean.
Dudes in America.
I'm gonna tell you
the
best way.
I'm gonna tell you, all our viewers that are males, don't ever do that because that'll get you killed.
I agree.
It'll get you killed.
agree.
You say you said you're dead. Guess where she's gonna make you? She's gonna make you not a liar. You're gonna be dead. She's gonna kill you.
Because guys are worth that.
But she's going to kill you.
I get the impression that he's done this before because I know
absolutely he's done.
This is a half-hour show, but the wife was standing back there. She's like, "Honey, I need $5."
Why was she okay with her hugging up? And by the way, Tasha Mack, your boobies were all out, and you hugging up on some woman's husband with her kids running up there, and the wife didn't say anything.
He was the breadwinner.
It doesn't
matter. That's disrespectful.
Or the king of the world. I would have been like, who is that?
Exactly.
And why is her boobies all over your chest? And I wouldn't have said boobies. Anyway.
Absolutely.
Nonetheless, she enjoyed her time with Jerry Curl Juice. And he was sort of, dumbfounded, I guess, when it was over, that she just kissed him and said, see, you should be glad I didn't shoot your ass.
Right.
So they, made their separated and went their own ways, and Tasha's in a zen place.
And she went upstairs.
Relationships. So, segue, Malik has a little relationship situation that has arisen, which we kind of predicted, I think, a few episodes ago. Malik and his inappropriate word that I don't want to call her because I don't really think she is one, but I can't think of her name. What is her name?
Chocolate Drop.
Jenna, isn't it?
We'll call her Chocolate Drop.
Jenna.
Oh, okay, Jenna.
I like Chocolate Drop.
I like Chocolate Drop also.
She is Chocolate Drop, Jenna.
I kind of like Chocolate Rain because she's long. But anyhow.
Oh, wow. Really? Tell me how you really feel.
So,
Lil Miss,
she won't be calling in.
Lil Miss Jenna. Maybe that's why she ain't called me back.
Oh, okay.
I was trying to get her. Anywho, Miss Jenna thought she was being a supermodel.
That was sad.
Photo shoot in her little bathing suit.
Cute bathing suit, by the way.
Interesting bathing suit.
It was cute.
I don't know if I thought it was cute. Nonetheless, she is getting her supermodel groove on. Mr. Malik and his mohawk roll up in there and say, I want to talk to you, baby. I want you to be mine again.
And she's like, why
she like, who, why are you here? And we're like, what's going on? And then he throws a curveball at us and says, why you think you got a photo shoot, huh?
I set this up.
Remember when he said, I faked a few finishes for you, baby?
Okay,
like
so
that made it okay?
I wanted to level
I'm clapping
right
on that
here.
one. I love it. I love that one.
No.
I loved it.
Why did you love that? Kenny,
because he's
why
thinking that's for a change. For a change.
He's more experienced.
For a change because she's finally not faking it?
Like, no.
No,
he
because
really
women do it
loved
all the
her.
time.
That's not our fault. We don't want to do it.
It's not your fault?
No, we would like to
So why fake it? But why fake it, though?
Because they've had enough.
Other people, though.
No, why fake it?
Okay.
If you're not getting it, then you say, you know what, that didn't work.
I don't even know.
Let's table that issue right now. Special segment. Why fake it?
Yeah, why fake it?
We'll put that on the menu for later.
Okay.
But let's go back to the game.
No, he faked it because he was in love.
No.
No. I'm going to the game. He was in love. He was in a situation with Megan Good that he couldn't get out of. I mean, he was forced to have sex.
He was not forced. He was never raped.
I know, but what he said is that
he found himself in a compromising position day after day with Megan Good. So he faked it so that he could save it for Chocolate Drop.
Okay,
You know
No,
what I mean?
but you didn't hear what
He told
Chocolate. No,
her
he
she
told
was
Chocolate
faking
Drop
it.
that he faked it
Faked
for her a couple of times.
Oh,
That
faked
he-
it for her?
Yeah, he
Oh,
faked.
yes.
Yeah.
I thought he faked it for.
No, he said
Megan Good.
he said don't trip. Basically, don't trip. I've done it to
For
you a
her.
few times. I've faked having an orgasm.
Okay.
He
I
was
must have
saying, I
dozed
faked
off
it
on
for
that.
her,
Which-
and I've had to do it for you a few times.
Which
Which
I
was
don't think
like,
how
what?
that.
Yeah, that doesn't
Okay,
make
in
any
that
sense
case,
now.
in that case,
Yeah,
I
I'm
love you
confused
now.
now.
Wait, I thought he meant I've had sex with her,
Her,
and when
and-
I'm finishing, I'm thinking of you.
No,
No.
no.
I
no.
thought.
No.
I thought.
He
I-
definitely didn't say that.
No, I got the impression that when he was having sex with her, he faked it so that he could like do it with
Nope.
her later.
No.
See,
well,
what
I'm
he said,
confused.
what
Wow,
he
it's
said.
amazing we got 3 interpretations
Yeah,
of that.
yeah.
Okay, and
So,
what
I
I
think
got,
mine
this
was
is
the
what I
same as
got.
yours.
What I got, in which I believe is what he was saying, is that he faked it a couple of times with her. Like
Yes,
he's
and
had
I-
sex. He's had sex with her,
But that
and he
doesn't
faked
make any
orgasm with
sense.
her.
Yeah, how would that
Well,
be?
because
Because that doesn't make any sense.
Why doesn't
I
it make
wrote
sense?
down the actual quote, and it was, "I faked a few finishes with you."
Yeah.
Like, what? I did it with you too.
I thought,
I
she
thought
said for
he.
you,
I thought
baby.
he said for
For
her.
you.
No, I
not
faked a
with
few
you.
finishes.
I
with
wrote down
you.
with
yeah,
you.
I
as
faked
the
a few.
quote.
Yeah, he said I faked a few
So- I
But
finishes.
see,
down
that
with
doesn't
for
make sense to me.
you.
Why doesn't it make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah,
Because I would think that he would fake for her.
her.
No, he said with
Right,
her.
for
I
her.
faked a few with you too.
Oh well, then
I
that
think,
So,
changes
I
the
think
meaning
he
whole-
was
you thought,
saying,
you know, there was
I
time.
felt like it was Malik sort of doing a throwback to like, boo, why you tripping?
Yeah, why you
like,
tripping?
I'm
Like,
still,
I'm good.
I mean, I'd fake it with you,
Yeah.
but I'm still here trying to
Yeah.
get with you.
Yeah.
Like, you mean
well.
something. You mean more than she did. I
Yeah.
was faking it with her, but I'm
Yeah.
here.
But I'm here with you.
Oh,
So
that's-
I thought that was his like macho, like
Yeah, it was really
that was
macho.
a little
That
bit of
changes.
his.
yeah, true. That throws me off now.
No, because it was really. He said a couple of macho things in that. I mean, you know, like this
the whole scene
fake
was
ass. Yeah, when he said
the
this fake ass.
photo
I mean,
shoot.
really?
No,
Like,
Why
well,
would
I
you
mean-
do that?
okay, in that case, now that I know it's fake, I'm in love with you. Like, really, that's
Well,
not
he
going
wanted-
to get a
he
girl.
was gonna-
That's
He wanted
humiliating.
to get her attention.
Right.
Yeah, well.
And he just saying, I
But
was
he
desperate.
got her attention by humiliating her.
Yeah, like,
I mean,
really?
what kind
Like,
of fool do
I'm
I
not
look
gonna
like?
be attracted to you at that point.
Supermodel for nothing. Thank
exactly.
you, and I feel stupid.
I'm so glad you faked it for me because now I know that I'm not a
Yeah.
supermodel. Like, how does that work?
I think Ronbo had a way better game plan than
Yeah, I wish Jose. See, this is the moment. These are the moments.
than Malik.
These are the moments that I wish Jose was, because as I was watching this, I was like, man, I would love to ask him, how did he think that was going to win this girl's?
Layouts.
Yeah, how did he think that was going to win her heart?
Yeah.
Well, I don't think I don't think his motives was to win her heart at that time. He just
just
wanted
was trying
to
to get
talk
in
to her.
front of her,
He could
'cause he
not
couldn't get her
yeah,
attention.
the only way he can do it was to concoct this.
That's
No.
not real.
I
Photo
understand that, but I'm saying his comments. How did he think that those comments that he would say? That's like
But
saying.
we've all known that
Yeah,
he's not the best with
exactly.
words,
Yeah,
and
that's
he
the
exactly
thing.
what
always.
it
He's
is.
not a community.
This
He
is-
falls back
yeah.
on who he really
He is,
and
exactly.
he's a little bit of an ass.
Yeah.
This is probably the most he's done for any of the girls.
He's like,
that
bitch,
he's
I'm
been
following
interested
Well,
in.
no, he married Robin Givens in that.
But that
in
was
that one
fake,
season.
and he
was
knew it
sprung,
was
No, I
fake.
know,
but he
but
got
he-
sprung on her though.
Right.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. He's
Yeah.
gone to lengths
Yeah.
to like
But
be
it's-
with the
yeah.
woman that, although not maybe right or in the best intention, but he's gone to those links.
Yeah.
Those
Right, but I
lengths.
think the difference was this was actually someone that really liked him or was falling for
Yeah.
him, and he was
were
falling for
actually
her.
in
And it was
sync.
one of those moments in his life when he was the most honest and truth to himself. Or
Yeah. Wow.
Oh well. Nonetheless, Jenna was like, "Ooh, what the hell?" And
rightfully
she
so.
left. Rightfully
Yeah.
so. Nobody's disputing that.
Yeah.
She walks out, and then she shows up at the end of the
Oh.
episode in her beautiful white convertible
Mm.
and her sassy 5-inch heel booties.
With
and
no
she
shorts on.
is
She relapsed.
She had
relapsed.
on shorts, but they were short.
They were like
She
little
relapsed.
panties.
She
She
relapsed.
relapses, which one of you said a few weeks ago would occur.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he finds to pick her up and carry her into the big kingdom of Malik.
Malik.
I must
Yeah.
protect you. What happened? Oh, you poor baby. Let me help you.
Yeah.
And
End of
scene.
story.
So next season, woo woo, recovering alcoholics together, yay! And
Wow, no.
wah, wah.
Yeah, there you go.
So that is the course of Malik and Chocolate Rain.
Yeah.
So moving on to the next excitement of the episode, which is sort of a lot of stories merging into one, sort of. We have a new quarterback on the scene.
Right here.
His name is Quan
Kirkland.
And he's trying to decide San Diego,
San
Minnesota.
Francisco.
San Diego, Minnesota.
And meanwhile, he plays for San Francisco.
Meanwhile, he plays for San Francisco.
Mm-hmm.
Derwin calls in our buddy Jason, who brings the comedy.
Love
Yeah,
And he
Jason
brought
on
it
the
back
show.
like
He's
old
fun.
school this
Yes,
week.
yeah.
Talking about he was going to get 2 meals.
And some dessert.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And so Jason helps sort of coax Mr. Kirkland into joining the Sabres. But this whole issue of a new quarterback also sort of lends itself to the issue with Derwin and Melanie and Tasha as a manager.
And also Derwin and Malik's friendship.
And Derwin and Malik's
absolutely.
friendship. So I guess we just tackle this. Let's start out with Tasha re-signing Malik. Exciting for Tasha and Malik.
Yeah, because it brings them back together.
It brings them back together.
And they have a dynamic when they're business wise.
Yes,
they do have
they
a
do.
certain dynamic. And there's always been that kind of like give and take kind of thing between the two of them. But and I understand why it poses a problem for Derwin
Of course.
and Melanie.
Of course.
And it's all business. It's
But
all about business.
Do we think business decision appropriate is to fire Tasha?
Yeah, I think he has to.
Well,
I really do. I think he has to.
I think I agree with you, but I don't think that it should have been. I think he should have just quit. He shouldn't have gave her or Melanie give Tasha the ultimatum. You either go with your son or you go with Derwin. I don't think either you make a decision. You don't leave it up to her to decide. Put her in an uncomfortable position. Because that is her son.
Agreed.
That's her son.
I agree.
When at the end of the day, it's her son.
Wholeheartedly.
I agree. I think the moment she decided to do business with Malik, Derwin should have been like, you know what, our business is over.
I have a question. Like, she's not the CEO of the family. Is that something new that they, is she running a business here, or I'm confused?
Well, I mean, Derwin is a business.
Yeah, and let's be honest.
I'm confused. Like, she's only been like the Sunbeams and like that. She's never really.
But I mean, that's
she's
just
never really.
but that's because we don't see it, obviously.
Yeah.
But I'm sure in terms of like,
like
but
his
there was an
assistant.
episode where she was on like the phone. Oh, he's got to get on the plane.
Yeah.
So she's been acting sort of as the assistant / help manager, whatever help you need, communicator. She's the liaison.
Yeah, and it ties into that old adage, behind every good man is a good woman or a better woman. And we all know, we all know
Better and crazy.
we all know that in a lot of these athletes' lives or men in power, a lot of their business is handled by their wife. To be honest with you, they keep the books right. They make sure, like we were talking, like we even talked about it earlier, about the journeymen, the dude, the athletes that have to travel or get cut from one team to the next
and they're
team.
constantly
It's the
going to-
wife that actually is the one that she's calling the new
Getting the house
getting a new house, the move in. She's
finding-
doing all that stuff. So
like a military wife too.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's just like that. Yeah,
Very
absolutely.
similar.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly.
so they basically just put it out there.
So we all agree Tasha had to be fired if she was going
I
to-
don't agree with that. I
Okay.
think there was an episode where she actually was
Can we?
looking forward to Derwin. I'm trying to think back. I think this is when Malik was getting in trouble and Derwin decides to go visit him and
Oh,
she's coming out
yes.
of the house and she goes, "You can't be here." Because she knows when it comes to choosing between them, Derwin's the one with the career ahead.
Well, she
So she
wasn't
knew how to
representing
separate.
him at the time.
She was just being mom. at
She
the
was
time.
mom at the time,
And
and
I-
she was being business with Derwin at the
Derwin.
time.
But in addition, I think that Malik was also in a different position at that point.
Yes.
I feel like his position has deteriorated almost to oblivion
Right.
at
Yes.
this point.
Right.
Yeah.
So desperation breeds a different attitude, and I think that it is.
Right.
I mean, in the end, to me, it's a conflict of interest for sure. So
Right.
Somebody's got to go, and I
Right.
agree with Kenny that you can't make a mom choose.
Right.
I just
Right.
don't think that was right. So I think the man thing to do would have been to say, you know what, I appreciate everything you've done, but I can't.
Right, and I think it should have been Derwin to say
It should have been Derwin.
and not Melanie.
Why would he make Melanie do that?
I'm sorry. Hey, Jesse, can we
afraid
fix
of
that?
Tasha.
Can we fix that?
No,
you like
we
to
would
do
not
that?
like to
Appreciate that.
delete our show.
No, I like to see
We
our
would
show.
like it to keep going.
Yeah, I like to see
and
our show.
going and going.
I want to see our show.
Yeah, I
why
just don't.
Why would he ask her to
Yeah.
do that? Because that, for me, that was a Derwin,
That was a punk move to get
a
out
punk
of.
move, or a you are
Controlling.
smelling yourself too much right now, boo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
he
is
was really
very
yeah.
inappropriate.
Yeah.
Very inappropriate, and not right to put her in that position.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, he was.
boo on you, Derwin. You've been
very
getting a lot of
coward move.
boos this season. That's a big boo.
Yeah.
Big boo.
But you like the fact that he took his shirt off, right?
No,
In this episode?
I wasn't that excited about that.
Really?
No.
I wasn't like.
He doesn't do it.
He's too like
for me.
squirrely, goofy. Like I don't
Yeah.
quite have it right. Because he's
He's
so
a bit mousy.
He's
What are we
like,
talking about?
well, not like in the.
Well,
I mean, I don't necessarily.
she's just
think
not attracted to him because
physically.
he's so
Yeah.
goofy.
Well, I mean, his character is very like.
Mousy.
It's-
He's annoying.
It's too like
Mousy.
pleasing. Like I'm trying to please everybody, and I keep effing up trying
So that's
to please
not
He
attractive.
has no
everybody. That's not
backbone.
sexy.
He's not a
He
man.
reminds
He
me of
is a
someone we
man.
know.
No,
I don't,
he
I'm
has
not
no-
questioning his
no.
manhood.
It's just
We're
not
not-
attractive.
he's
It's
not-
not. It's not an
he's-
attractive
I
thing.
really do
for you.
think he's doing the best that he can, and he's thinking in his mind that he's trying to please everybody and do. But people that are trying to please everybody end up
Annoying
failing.
people.
Yeah.
Right.
Because you
Annoying
can't
you.
please
What's that?
everybody.
What's that
Yeah.
saying? The harder you try, it'll come to me later.
I don't know that one.
Yeah, I don't know.
No.
either.
It's
I
Okay,
like
never
this. I actually like the way this introed in. Yeah, with the loving
The
you
jam,
and
the
she
jam.
actually looked. Well, I shouldn't say that actually,
She
but
actually
she looked really, really gorgeous in this particular.
In general, you're not thinking she's so gorgeous.
Well, you know, it's just one of those things where she gets missed for me.
She gets missed.
Yeah, I just sometimes when I'm
Watching
seeing her,
the
I
show.
just
All the
when I'm
other
watching the show,
Atlanta
I
girls.
just see her,
It's
but I don't
because
really.
all those other Atlanta booties. Are
What
gone.
was her name? Lasagna or
Lasagna
cheesy?
was a little distracting for you on the poll that week. I get it.
No, Megan good all day long. But no, I generally look at her and just ever since
See, it's
Tia and
probably
Tamar.
just the couple.
Well, ever since
Well,
they
we
were.
still see the twins.
Yeah, I see the twins.
With their
They got
curly
the
hair and the little
exactly,
goofy
exactly.
hats.
So I don't see her as a grown up. And then this particular episode when she was in the mirror, I really got a chance to really look at her.
But his abs are pretty nice. I just
And
noticed that.
oh yeah, he's starting to rub on you
The
now.
back
No.
needs to be a little larger, and the shoulders a little bit larger. But he's nice. He's all right.
It's a little bit larger.
He's doing okay. So, Tasha, you can't sign Malik and try to represent Derwin. It's not going to work.
Yeah.
Tasha and Melanie have a not so pleasant interaction.
I thought it was great.
But
I
it's
wanted her to haul off and hit her in the face.
Hit who?
I wanted Tasha to hit Melanie.
Why?
Why did you
Because
want
that
Tasha to
would
hit
have
Melanie?
been
It wasn't her
awesome.
fault.
It wasn't whose fault.
It wasn't Melody's fault.
Yeah, it
she was
was.
just she
You
was
know
just
what?
following orders. She was doing exactly what her
But
husband.
she came to her wrong.
I think her husband shouldn't have
came-
put her in a position to have that conversation.
But you know what?
But
when
even
you
then, she still got
you're the
him with a,
messenger.
like,
Yeah, well, because
Tasha crazy, yes,
Yes.
but you didn't have to.
you got to
meet her
handle
like
crazy
that.
with crazy though.
No,
Sometimes.
not in that.
That's why she had to.
No,
that's,
you handle
that was
crazy
symbolism
with crazy and you
with
get
the,
shot.
with
Like,
the
'cause that's what
barbecue.
happened.
Why? No, crazy respects crazy.
I thought something bad was
Crazy
gonna
don't
happen.
respect nothing but being
Crazy.
crazy.
Exactly.
Their own-
Crazy
but
respects
their
crazy.
own crazy.
Right.
Two people
So,
crazy. They're like, what? Which one's crazier
that's
than
a
the other
mess.
one?
Oh well. Nonetheless, she threw a red vine at her.
So then,
I
okay,
thought it was
so
gonna be more than red vines.
I wanted her to beat her with the red vine. That would have been amazing.
red vine. What is that?
the little candy that
licorice.
she walked off and she
I was
came
like,
back
red
and she's
vine.
like, what'd
I
she
know.
say?
No, is that a southern term, red vine? Because I thought it was
That's
licorice.
called.
I thought it was licorice.
No, boo. It's
No,
like Twizzlers.
have you looked-
Twizzlers are a brand. Red vines are a brand.
So those are red vines.
Yeah,
She
I-
had red
it's like
vine.
M&M Skittles.
I didn't see the
Some
wrapper.
brands.
I just saw
Snickers.
licorice.
It's fine, honey.
No, I didn't
Like, I thought
know.
that
Where
was
is she from
chocolate
again?
with
I
peanuts.
don't know.
Where you from?
Kentucky.
That didn't say red vine. That
from
said
somewhere
that was
in the
licorice.
middle.
That licorice.
They
or-
were not in
we don't know what the
package.
brand was. Could have been
They
Twizzlers.
shop at Bilo.
They said red vines.
Oh, I
Like
didn't
that's
pay
her
attention.
thing.
I
Tasha
missed
likes
it.
Red vines.
I
Red
missed it.
vines and pickles.
I missed that.
Where you been?
No, I missed that. I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Little
Either
detail.
way,
It's fine. You're crazy anyway.
they
That's
had
what you're
a
crazy.
little altercation.
I love it.
Melanie blows up and says a little too much, I think.
She always does that though.
She just
You know what?
says a
She
little too
always
much.
she
Never
always
knows when
hangs
to be
back
quiet.
and then she doesn't pick her words right and then it always blows up in her face.
It just explodes.
Yeah.
So
So that was acceptable. Was that acceptable or not?
On Tasha's, yeah, I think she
I think
had
Tasha
every right.
was-
So
I mean,
you think Tasha just accepted the fact that Melody does that kind of stuff? Like she just pops off sometimes, says some crazy.
Well, no, but Tasha can back it up, and Tasha did. I reacted the way
Tasha can't really back it up because, as you saw at the end of season 3, Miss Pitts punched her to hell.
Mama, you thought
Well,
Knocked
she
her
had
on
every
the
right
floor.
to. She had every right to.
Because Miss
That
Pitts,
was funny.
Miss Pitts knew karate. She knew karate. Kelly knew some stuff.
She was pissed.
Tasha's
Yeah.
like, she fought me. But anyway,
I gotta go home. I got a concussion.
I'm sorry. That was like one of my favorite things ever because she just fell out on the floor.
Yeah.
And then Malik comes in. Mama, you
like,
know what?
knock-
Go punch her out.
That was amazing. But anyway, so Melanie said too much. She ran off at the mouth, basically. And it was I think, because there's a friendship line and there's the business line. And unfortunately for them, it's not separate. So I think she stepped over her bounds.
Yep.
And so
Same thing as like Malik when Malik did with his girlfriend. I think he overstepped his bounds.
Exactly. So we are in for some more drama in the future, obviously, between the two friends that were kind of trying to bond without Miss Kelly. So that leads us to the new quarterback who is officially now a part of the team,
Right.
Quan Kirkland. He's a sleepy-eyed little somebody.
He's a
And,
model. I think he's a model.
He's a little
Seen
bit
him-
short.
seen him
He
model.
probably. Yeah.
But-
They probably got him out of somewhere in ATL.
We don't
No,
know
no, no.
anything about him.
He's. I think he's a model.
I don't know anything about him. I will
Maybe
have
the viewers
to, like,
know. Maybe the
Google
viewers-
him or IMDb him. I
Yeah.
don't know. He did all right. Whatever. He's the young buck coming along, about to throw some balls. But
I think he did well.
He did a good job.
They
I
all
mean,
look like
from an
TT to
acting
me,
perspective.
so.
I mean, I was gonna say he is a little TT-ish. A
Really?
little
That's the
TT.
third TT we've had on the show this
Really?
season. Yes.
Not
Maybe
quite
they're all
as much.
related.
Not as much as
Nah, I
Maybe
didn't
they
see
might
that.
be cousins.
I didn't see
They're
that at
all
all. I didn't see that at all.
I mean, he was a little bit diminutive and
Because when I
squirrely
think
and-
of
I didn't
football,
see
when
that
I
at
think
all.
of football players, I
want
think of
Big.
Pooch, and I think of those guys. And this little, and he's a quarterback.
even Pooch is a little small for me.
Wow.
Well, he's a receiver. That's what they
That's
look
what-
like.
yeah,
That's
that's
why
what I'm
I
saying.
accept that, but
Yeah.
you still expect.
But and then Quan's a quarterback. They're
But-
normally
but
those
Quan
type
looks
of
like
people.
he should be like ice skating. So
Yeah.
Really?
I mean, he's attractive.
Figure skating.
She's
to be
ice skating.
I couldn't think of
He
anything
can't
else.
even like play football. I
know.
mean basketball.
Maybe
Golf.
He's
Maybe
too
he could
small
be
to
a
play
little-
basketball.
He could be a
Golf.
point guard.
No.
Like I see him as a
Ice
little like
Yeah,
skating.
a
in college
point guard.
basketball, not in the NBA.
I mean, he could be
Quarterbacks are
Solid.
not. I mean, normally quarterbacks.
Quarterbacks aren't huge. I understand.
Yeah, they're
Well,
like tall, but they're
yeah, some of them
He
are
wasn't
like
even
6'6".
tall. He's
Yeah.
standing
He's
like
like-
eye to
I
eye
know.
with Stacey Dash.
Yeah,
Like,
he's like
wasn't-
5'4".
I
They
know
were
that
like,
was true.
hey, boo.
He
That means he's, But I mean, it's actors. It's the pool they're pulling
She's
from.
fine though. Stacey Dash is
Beautiful.
gorgeous.
Love her.
And she's
And
What is she like? She's like almost
Yeah.
50.
46.
46.
46.
She is so
Go
bad.
Stacey. You can find her on TV on Single Ladies or something that's coming out on VH1 this
VH1, yeah.
summer.
Didn't Stacey Dash sidebar? Didn't she say something like that if a man sleeps with her, he always wants to marry her or something like that?
Yes.
Is this
That's
and
hot.
her in real life?
In real
Yeah,
life.
well, but I mean, she wasn't saying it like, "Oh, I'm so amazing." They always say, but she was sort of talking about the problems that have occurred in her relationships and men and getting mesmerized, and they were talking about like the issues of sort of beauty and infatuation, and that it hasn't been true love for certain reasons, and it's like men just want to sleep with her and marry her, like, and
Yeah.
make them, because she's a trophy basically.
Yeah.
And they want to
Right.
keep their trophy, and why that hasn't worked for her.
Yeah.
So, but she seems like a real chick. Like every interview I've seen, she seems like a real.
I've always loved her.
Grounded.
I've had a crush on her since
Clueless.
I was a kid.
I mean,
yes.
everyone's
since
got a crush
Clueless.
on her. You have a crush on her?
yeah.
Of course.
Really?
Everybody's
And
got a
Izzy
crush.
had a
Chi-Chi,
crush on
she,
everybody.
Chi-Chi got a crush on everybody.
Yeah.
What? Chi-Chi.
None on you.
Denied pleasure. Oh,
No,
not
you.
on the
You
AfterBuzz
said everybody, so I
co-host.
just
That's
want to
fine.
know.
But she has a crush on
Whatever.
Jesse. She thinks
Jesse?
Jesse's a doll.
Jesse will be dancing for
Jesse's a
Jesse.
doll.
Why is that
Yeah,
funny?
she admitted. to
Why
it.
is that
Jesse.
funny?
Anyway.
I just thought it was funny.
So the new quarterback joins. He got a big mouth, talking mad smack already.
Oh yeah.
And basically, he told everyone that Malik was hot garbage, and he was gonna prove or show up Malik's hot garbage and make them stars again.
Right.
And then he got to suck face with Stacey Dash because that's his new boo.
Perfect.
Right in front of Jason Pitts. Oh,
Yeah,
Jason,
that's a
why
big
did you
role.
give that up?
It's a good role.
That was a good role. So
Absolutely.
that was a nice little setup.
Mm-hmm.
Move us into the next round of whatever is going to become of the game, which we are not quite sure, but maybe we'll find out in news and gossip later. Yeah. Anybody else? New quarterback. We're excited. We don't care. I don't care.
TT times.
Well, I thought he kind of put.
Hi, TT. I wish we had seen a little TT in the final episode.
Yeah.
I would have liked a
Kelly,
little TT.
TT.
Well, we can't get Kelly. We already know this.
I mean, at
We're
least
too
a
poor to
picture or
have Kelly.
something.
But
Someone holding the picture up or something.
He threw Malik under the bus though with that interview.
Who?
Quan.
Yeah.
Well, I think that was
I'm
on
joining this
purpose,
shameful season.
No, it was completely on purpose. I think Quan, you know, next season he's there for business. I mean, he's there to hurt someone. Like he's gonna have a problem with Malik. He's got a problem with Jason. No, and he's gonna have a problem with Derwin.
With Jason.
Oh, absolutely, he does. He's messing with Jason's ex-girlfriend. Like
that would be the problem.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think Jason.
That's
What?
going to become a problem.
I mean, you can't see that. That's like
because
even Ray Charles could see
my
that.
only thing is like I this is all in casting. Like if he's gonna be a part of the show, I would like to have someone that looks like they would fit in with this ensemble. Like
you don't think he
Dante?
looks
I don't think like Dante didn't fit in. Like all these.
But I think Quan.
Characters,
I think Quan is an attractive enough. I think he's
tall.
but I think he looks athletic. He may not look like a quarterback, but I think he's a decent enough actor. I think he's attractive enough to fit in there for he's I guess he's eye candy, and you're gonna watch him.
There's
Women
your
are gonna watch him.
bathing suit, Kenny. There's your bathing suit.
That's what I'm gonna be shopping for.
Wasn't your model for real?
I think so.
Because I'm not buying it. But anyway.
Why? Because she's got a little thicker now, or is it?
No, it's not her body. I think her body is beautiful. And
Yeah, I think her body's great.
Divine. But
just her poses and stuff like that.
Awkward and uncomfortable.
Yeah.
She's a model, not an actor. Okay,
she's
never
an
mind.
actress now.
Just forget what I just said. She can't act as a model.
Yeah, there you go.
It's sort of like telling somebody to act as themselves.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's a challenge. Whatever. I'm not judging, but you could do better, Bill. Anyway.
I'm not judging, but you can do better.
You can do better. You got room to grow, and apparently they want you to be a part of season 5.
Doesn't Malik's bodyguard look like Rick Ross?
Yes, he does.
See, and
I almost want him to say,
yeah.
all of us on the menu. Oh my God.
I feel like, and I think that's the thing. I feel like these extra characters that we're giving, we don't care about them. I don't know
enough.
Yeah, like
you haven't invested.
Well, are you getting there with?
No,
Jenna?
I'm not invested.
Black Rain, that I can't think of her name still.
I'm not invested with her. No,
you're not.
No,
okay.
Not yet.
Not yet. Maybe.
Even like
me personally, I don't know what it is, but I actually took to Quan immediately. Like, no, I actually took to his character. Like, I think when he's bringing a little energy, the type of energy that the game needs as far as another character. He's not like, I won't forget him because of the stuff he said and how he said it, his facial expressions. It didn't leave me. So I look forward to seeing how his character is going
to impress you.
It takes a lot to impress me.
His eyes.
It takes who?
That was
his eyes were like half closed.
He was sexy because he was like,
he was smiling with his eyes.
I think he's a decent enough actor for it to be his first go at it on a show like The Game. I think he did well.
He
didn't stumble on his words.
Yeah, exactly. We don't know.
I mean,
I haven't seen him. I mean, I watch.
No,
No, there's a lot. No, trust me. There's a lot of actors and actresses that are terrible. They act by the numbers. No, they act by the numbers.
Well, not either way.
Even some of the mainstay kind of like when they're acting is kind of suspect sometimes. Yeah.
In the end, Quan is apparently here to stay.
Yeah.
For a little while at least.
Yeah.
So we'll peep you if season 5 rolls around, and hopefully your eyes will be opened, and you will be looking at Stacey Dash's Chi-Chi's and having a great time.
Not looking up at Stacey Dash's Chi-Chi's.
See, I didn't want to say too much, so I didn't go there.
That guy's gonna kill you.
I was trying to keep it clean.
Trying to give him some advice.
Or maybe they can build him a walkway where he is
put him on Apple.
Views expressed herein are those of the host only.
Exactly.
Do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
I don't Quan, do what you do. Boo.
Maybe borrow Princess
and we'll just
No.
borrow Princess. No, she didn't.
I'm
We're not gonna talk. I don't know Quan, and I'm not opposed to Quan just yet.
Just giving advice.
So
here.
I'm just gonna say, I know you can't grow at this point, but maybe you can bulk up. You could drink some protein shakes and football it out a little bit.
Shoes make a big difference.
If he's walking around in high heels,
I learned
I
that.
don't think that's going to make us.
From my last.
I mean, we don't look at Prince and think, "Oh, you should be on the football team." No. I'm sorry. I wish I was a little bit taller.
I love this song.
Well, he doesn't have to wish he was a baller. Apparently, he is a baller. So we're just hating because he's already on the team.
Yeah, and he was highly sought after.
He's been hired, so he's got a girl that looks great. And
Right.
Jason is going to be very upset about that, I think, coming forward. But that's for another whole section. So let's talk.
She's apparently an athlete's girl type of.
Well,
because she was with him when he was an athlete.
She's a sports reporter. Like, that's who she's around. It's like dating the person you work, you work with.
You don't date the person you work with.
I mean, you actually do.
No, you don't. You don't. No, sports reporters don't date athletes.
What about actors and actresses and
but that's different.
Producers.
We're getting into another whole land.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
What do you mean it doesn't happen?
It doesn't
happen.
Really?
Did you hear about the Brett Favre situation when he was texting old girl?
But it happened.
That's because she wasn't interested, and that's why they came out.
It's not supposed to
when
happen.
it's mutual.
It's not supposed to happen.
Okay,
I'm sure it happens.
A lot of things are not supposed to happen, but they happen.
I mean, you're around these people all the time. The whole workplace romance thing, even though it can become a conflict, I mean, it's obviously needing to happen because in this country, at least, we spend more time at work than we spend anywhere else.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's where our relationships are built, and it is no coincidence that people be getting it on up in the office. So we need to stop tripping about it. Anyway, so we got Sleepy Quarterback. He said, talk to smack. He's got a hot chick. He's going to upset Jason. And but Derwin's standing on the sidelines like, ooh, that was painful. And then he's in the doctor's office and feeling some more pain. Because apparently Melanie's having trouble having a baby. And there might be a little bit of a reason why she's having a little trouble.
Scar tissue.
Having a baby.
So
Scar tissue.
That means she had at a fake clinic?
No, it could happen. It could happen.
Scar tissue can just
build
happen.
up. It could build up.
She went to the back alley.
The point is, for those of you that are catching up or didn't get that last clip of the episode because you might have had DirecTV and that last segment didn't air. So Melanie Derwin at the fertility clinic.
If you had it recorded.
If you had it recorded, obviously. Melanie and Derwin at the fertility clinic, and the doctor's asking a few questions. Question that comes up: Melanie, have you had an abortion? Melanie's like, oh no, good girls don't do that. And doctor leaves. Derwin says, who baby you shot or got rid of? Sorry, not shot.
Was it my baby? Was it my baby?
Whose baby did you take out?
Whose baby you flushed?
They say take out.
They
say take out. Can we not get details?
Hey guys, we have a unknown caller on the line.
Oh.
Hello, Carla.
Courtney.
Hi, caller.
Hello.
Hello. Is this Miss Gabrielle?
This is.
Hello, Miss Dennis. How are you?
Hey, how you guys doing?
We are doing
good.
very
Good,
well,
good.
and we're so excited for you to get that you were able to call us in today.
Hey, I was like, I'm going to try it so hard. However, it works. If my eyes, I have to glue them open. It's literally been one of those days where nothing has been going right. So I've just been running around, and somebody was supposed to TiVo the show for me, and they didn't.
Oh,
so I didn't even get to see. I haven't even seen the episode.
Oh,
so,
really?
You haven't?
No.
You have
I haven't been looking at my Twitter. I've been completely until I get to where I'm going tomorrow, I won't see it. So.
Oh, my goodness.
It's a very good episode.
It's a wonderful episode. We don't want to spoil it for you.
Well, yay. I'm happy you guys liked it.
We were obviously we weren't as excited because you were missing from the episode.
We haven't seen you in a while. We haven't seen you in a while.
Yes, we haven't seen you in a few
episodes.
episodes.
I didn't even know if I was on it tonight or not. I don't really, I typically try not to know what's going on. I'm such a fan of the show. I hate reading the scripts in advance. I only want to see my part. It's like, I barely want to know that much. And you have people like Pooch, he wants to know everything. He cracks me up. He'll be asking questions so what happens 8 episodes down the road kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the way we shot it this year, it was just kind of 8 episodes a week, pretty much. You're shooting a scene from some different episode each week. It wasn't consistent like whereas before we shot the beginning and end of one episode. You know, you get a whole week to shoot an episode.
Wow.
But this time, you know, in that whole 2-3 month period, it would just be like maybe on Monday you're shooting parts of episode 1, and then Monday afternoon you're shooting parts of episode 6, and then you know he shot it more like a movie. So I mean, he did an amazing job with it. I don't think in television history that's ever been done. But it was a very interesting experience, very exciting. But with that, it's like I kind of got confused. Like I don't remember what went where. Like I never remember. And for me, it works because, like I said, I don't really like to know what's happening. So because I was so confused by default, I was like, oh, yeah, I remember this scene. You know, I remember this goes in this episode. So I don't even think they've been airing in the order we shot them, and I don't really know how, if everything made it into, you know, sometimes things get cut out.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I'm really excited to see the season finale, just as a fan of the show, not even about whatever my character is up to, or not up to. But, yeah, just... I can't wait to find out. Hopefully in a few weeks they'll know for sure the status of season 5. But I'm pretty much like, if I had children, I might even bet on them. But I just feel like why would we put that much money, time, and effort into just one season? You know what I mean? So,
and your ratings have been consistent for all 13 weeks. So
and it's thanks to people like you guys who support the show and, you know what I mean, show love and like actually are entertained and really have a great time every week figuring out what are we getting into.
Absolutely.
Well, I have a question. So you mentioned like you shot pretty much everything in one. Performance-wise, did that throw you off as an actor? You know, just shooting one scene here and then doing a completely different scene. Did that hinder your performance or?
It really, like I said, it's kind of like how you film a movie. You never shoot a movie in sequential order. It's never like day one on the way to like, you know, the last scene of the movie.
Right.
In a movie, you may shoot in one day scenes where you're in different outfits from different days. So it's really up to like continuity to keep you up on point as far as like your wardrobe and things like that. But then as an actor, you just kind of go through your script and you know where you are at what stage. So I do think though, as an actor, it I guess when you think about like when you're filming a movie, you know going in that's how it is. You kind of are used to that process. But with it being with television, it's just telling your brain like, okay, it's really no different than if we were doing a movie, you know. It's just it's television. It's in half-hour segments and stuff like that. So I guess in a way it can be a little confusing, but once you wrap your mind around the fact that it's no different than a film process, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, we've done this. Well, why am I tripping, you know?
Exactly.
It's just the process. And I think we were just so on high of, like, excited to be back. And then the energy of being in Atlanta was so much different than being, like, in L.A. Because, you know, shows and TV and movies and all that stuff are filming on every corner. But in Atlanta, although it is definitely a hub of, like, a lot of films in the past few years, and even more so with the Tyler Perry taking off. But the energy there, it's just like, I don't know, the energy was surreal.
Yeah,
it was a whole different like synergy on the set between the extras and then the cast and the crew that was local to Atlanta. You know, there was just this new spirit and this new life. And it could have also had to do with the fact that we were back, but it was just a combination of all of those things that just made the whole shooting experience just really, really exciting.
Well, how do you feel? We've talked a lot over the course of the season about the sort of almost a tone change in the series, as far as it seems like it's moving a little bit more towards drama, as opposed to we were very much on the comedy for the first 3 seasons. How do you feel that changed? Because I actually feel like one of your scenes, the one in the kitchen with Derwin and you discussing sort of the breakup of him lying basically to Melanie about what he was doing while he was with you, and that scene was a really, I thought a very excellent dramatic scene from the game that I had seen, and this season it was one of the ones that stuck out for me. How did you sort of how did that affect your performance and how you feel about the game? Because it definitely has gone from the
comical to
very comedy dramatic to quite dramatic this season. And do you like that direction, or what do you prefer?
Well, it's definitely, like you said, it's a whole different, I mean, it's a different show. It's a, although the writers are the same, the cast is the same, producers are the same, it's a new network. So I feel like BET wanted to put their stamp on, you know, the difference from CW and BET. So there is definitely a difference from the first 3 seasons. And I think just like with everything else, when it's changed, people just have to take some time to adjust to it and to get used to it, because people are so used to that half-hour sitcom rhythm, you know. And the rhythm is just different now, but it's not being marketed as a comedy as it has in the past. Even in the last season of when it was on the CW, it started getting a little more, a little less. But I'm being, you know, like the whole 1, 2, 3 punch kind of with the comedy. And more into what the new term in the past few years has been very popular is the dramedy, where it's a combination of both. And I think why people probably felt it was more heavy this season coming out the gate is, one, it premiered with a 1-hour episode. And it was just pop, 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 hitting you guys with so much new information.
It really was.
And updating, like, my storyline, you know, that was, like, heavy on people just kind of like, okay, what's going to happen? Is it his baby? Is it not? And then it wasn't his and it was his. You know, it was just kind of like this whole emotional roller coaster hour one, that first hour. I mean, you just was exhausted, like, oh, I need to smoke a cigarette after that. You know, it was a whole lot going on. And, but with that, it's just like, because there's so much, I guess they had to catch up with you guys for 2 years down the road. Opposed, they picked up right where it left off in the hospital. Maybe the rhythm would have been a little different. But I love the show how it is now. I feel like it, for one, gives us as actors different muscles to use. Like you mentioned that scene I did in the kitchen, although Janay and Derwin broke up several times. That was a whole different, I guess, vibe and energy. And even I just saw, thinking of an episode I had just saw, you know, with Malik's character having so much drama he's going through. And then Derwin coming to the rescue to try to, you know, get his boy back on the straight and narrow and things like that. Like, these are just muscles that they didn't really get to dive deep into in a comedy format, because you could just scratch the surface. But what I like with how they're doing it now, it's giving the actors, you know, to showcase more of their talent. And I think that's a great thing. Now, that's not to say that now that everybody's caught up on what's going on, all the new elements and storylines and characters have been introduced, that it may not next season filter down into being a little more of a balance between the two, where people aren't saying it's too much drama. But there's a lot of people who love the show because they like the more film gritty kind of, I don't know, feel to it. It feels more like you're there, maybe, is what I've heard people say. But, you know, you never can please 100% of the people 100% of the time. So
absolutely,
we're just blessed that people are still continuously watching and giving it the shot and being supportive and just seeing where the road, you know, where this trip takes us. You know, I mean, we all are a part. Everybody that was involved in getting the show back and being a fan of the show and being on the show is a part of made history. You know, I mean, when it premiered at 7-point-something million viewers, breaking cable records. You know, not only to mention it's a black show, you know, and a show that came back after 2 years being dead, you know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of great things to be proud of in that show, and I'm so grateful to be a part of that, you know, that history of it.
Definitely. And we are definitely full-on supporters, and we want our 5th season, if our 2 cents counts for anything at all. And
you and me both. I need a job.
What would you like to see your character do in a 5th season? Because we definitely would like to see more of you.
I would love to see more of, like, Janay's life outside of the Derwin Melanie triangle. You know, I would love to see how she raises her son, maybe even if she gets a new love interest, maybe that can cause some spice and some heat, where, you know, Derwin's like, yo, who is this clown hanging around my son, you know? There's just a lot of things I would like to see. Maybe, we've never seen Janay with, like, a real close confidant that she has, or family. You know, we haven't met her father. I did love this season. I had an actual, like, it was like Janay's house on the script. I was like, yes, I've been established. And my career was loud. But yeah, I mean, there's just so many. I mean, not only my character, there's so many things I would love to see from even like with Derwin. I would love to see his family. I would love to meet his grandmother and, you know, just some of the backstory that we've learned about these characters over the years, but the elements that we haven't actually seen on the show.
Right.
You know, we've seen Melanie's parents. We haven't seen her brother in a while.
No.
You know, there's just a lot of interesting ways they can take it and a lot of different routes, but I would just be happy to be back and to get some more time on set and working with these great people. And my son, he's so adorable. he is literally the sweetest child ever, and it's so funny. He calls me mom. Like, he thinks I'm his mom when we're like,
oh, that's sweet.
Because his mom and myself, I guess we do favor a little, you know. So it's just hilarious that I was like, you are really a committed actor, little boy. I was like, you are a method actor if I've ever seen one. And this is his first job, and he just jumped right into it. So, like, little moments like that were just always fun to be on set. And, you know, they always have new guest stars. I would love Janay to have, like, since clearly she has a history of dating men with money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Clearly.
Maybe either a player that's bigger than Derwin or some other type of celebrity that has more celebrity status than Derwin.
Juicy.
Because then that could be played out in the tabloids, like, oh, look who's taking care of, you know, Derwin Davis's baby, or, you know, all kinds of, like, just drama. Because clearly I feel like that's why Janay's there. She's definitely there to spice things up, you know.
For sure.
So as an actress, do you guys get any creative input, like as far as what your role? Because you've mentioned a lot of different things and where you want the show to go. Can you go to the writers and the director and say, this is, I think, or I feel that this should go this way or that way?
I don't. And I don't even know, and that's not to say that they would not be open to that. It's just that's not my style of, like, you know, I don't know. I would just feel so grateful to be on set. I don't want to be like, oh, let me give you some pointers on your job.
Yeah.
Like, no, how about you go to your trailer and you figure out your job? You know what I mean? Focus on your job. Absolutely. Thank you very much. But I know that they are open to suggestions, like Salim on set. Like, if, you know, he'll give you a chance to, like, you know, now play. You know, just do your take on it, play a little bit with some of the takes. And I'm not sure if, like, some of the other, like, cast that have been there since the beginning and who have a rapport with the writers and stuff like that, if they have input. I feel like I heard that somewhere this season, that there was a lot more of, like, some input from the cast. But, again, I don't know for sure, because I'm that sister who keeps her nose clean. I don't really ask questions. Like, I'm just a fan, and then some days I'm Janay, and I show up to work, and I, you know, clock in, clock out, and I'm done. And I go back to being a fan.
All right.
That's
well,
great.
We absolutely adore your character, and we are definitely looking forward to you coming back, and we will certainly be pushing on our end for anything that we can say or do to make it occur. But in the meantime, while we're waiting for season 5, is there anywhere else we can catch you, where your fans can see you, or what are you up to right now?
Right now, just in the process, just finished pilot season, which was a crazy monster. It's basically the season where all the new shows are trying to shoot their pilot, what's called a pilot episode, which is basically the first episode of a season, and then to see if it gets picked up. I had shot one with Comedy Central, for Comedy Central, and with, well, I guess I don't want to say everybody's name, but that didn't get picked up, unfortunately. And then, you know, so as of right now, nothing solid. There is a movie offer out for me right now, my first romantic lead.
Nice. Very good. Very
yeah,
nice.
but the, I won't have, like, actual details to probably, like, next week.
Okay.
But yeah, just on the grind, man. I do stand up and sketch comedy in LA as often as I can.
Okay.
And what else? My daggone State Farm commercial keeps running.
Yes, that we keep seeing. And
people love that commercial. I'm like, really?
Amazing.
I find it so hilarious. Like, oh, so this is what you like. Like, people come up to me with that. And I just laugh. Like, that is so funny. Like, clearly I need to go back to the drawing board because I've gotten it wrong all these years. Commercials is where it's at. Commercials is where it's at. But,
definitely.
No, I'm just, hopefully you guys, I mean, I pretty much try to keep people abreast of stuff like on Facebook or Twitter, and I try to get back to everybody and reply to everybody. And, you know, trust me, if something big and amazing is going on, y'all will know.
Okay.
You will know. My mom's good for calling up a radio station like, my daughter. And I'm like, oh, gosh. But Yeah, so
Well,
yeah, I babble, so sometimes I lose my train of thought and I'm half falling asleep. But yeah, just keep a lookout for me, and if y'all want to see more Janay, definitely let the show know. Like, tweet BET, tweet at BET The Game, tweet at Akil Productions. Like, let them know, because even though I hear it, me hearing it doesn't mean anything, and I hear it a lot on the streets and online. You know, between Twitter and Facebook, people love what that character brings to the show and like the addition of that. So, you know, all I can say is if y'all like her, you know, you got to let the powers that be know, because letting me know means absolutely it's not to do anything. It might stroke my ego a little, you know, but it might be still proud about that character, but it won't make any difference. But I'm pretty sure you'll see her more in next season. So
we hope so. We sure hope so.
We know that will be the case. We are on our Twitters, and we will definitely be passing on the message. And I just want to thank you so much for giving us a call. We appreciate it greatly. I know you have many things to do very early in the morning, so we will not keep you.
And you're the first.
You're,
you're the first from the game to actually either call or show up. So kudos to you.
We got you.
I apologize. I would have loved to come in studio, have watched the episode with you guys, and just had kickback and have a good old time. But I'm literally sitting and looking at all these clothes on my bed right now and trying to figure out what goes in what suitcase. Like, I hate packing. I'm a mess.
It is not fun to pack.
Well,
But
we have season 5. We got
season 5, and we know you will be back. We support the show fully, and you always have an open invitation to come through here on AfterBuzz TV, The Game. So good luck.
Much love to you guys and to all your listeners.
Thank you so much for calling us.
All right.
And good luck to you, and have a safe trip.
Thanks.
Thank you.
That was sweet.
She's so lovely. That was the beautiful Gabrielle Dennis. Gave us a phone call, Miss Janay from The Game, a.k.a. baby mama of Derwin.
Absolutely.
All right. So, funny that Miss Janay calls in right before we're about to discuss the woman who wants to be the baby mama in Derwin's life, who so far cannot. And that would be Miss Melanie, who is infertile. And we were discussing
her scar tissue.
Her scar tissue.
Yeah, we were. That was kind of interesting.
How,
it just popped up.
It always works out for the best.
It works out for the best. It is what it is.
You know what I liked, actually?
Yes. What did
I always
you
say
like?
actually, but I like the phones worked.
Yay! Our phones did very well.
It was crystal clear.
Crystal
clear. You know.
Go tech support for AfterBuzz TV. We hooked it up, so we are.
I'm attracted to him now too, Izzy.
Constantly.
Hi, Jesse.
Oh, Jesse, you sexy. Thank you. Making it work for us.
Yeah, it worked.
All right, but let's close out this episode. So, Miss Melanie had an abortion. Kind of lied about it to the doctor. Derwin peeped the lie, obviously, and said, "Whose baby did you take out?" And she said,
The
and
end.
scene.
Exactly.
So we don't know. And we also know that Miss Melanie was a little busy at the end of season 3.
She sure was.
So it could have been Derwin's. It could have been
The doctor.
Steamy. It could have been
The guy she
The
was with for a
tall
while.
roommate,
What's his name?
the one that she dated
She-
with the
Todd
roommate.
Brooks. You sexy thing. You can come back anytime.
He should have been the quarterback.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too
He
late.
could have been a hot quarterback.
Too late.
But I mean, he's been on the show before, but yeah.
But he was delicious, and he could definitely come back. I think. He got shot on True Blood, so he's free. He can come back.
And his other show got canceled, My Generation.
And
He's
then
available now. He's available.
Too.
Oh, yeah.
So, I don't know.
available.
I don't know if he's available. Maybe he's making a movie. But you're cute. You can come back. Melanie Derwin, y'all ain't gonna have no baby anytime soon, and obviously there's more conflict to be had in your relationship.
Which, I mean, and in that case, Janay would be a big factor in the next
Even
season
more.
because she has Derwin's baby.
And we already know that Melanie is a mess when she can't control
exactly.
or
Be
the
first.
situation.
Yeah.
Be first, so.
I can see Derwin falling back to Janay in the situation because him finding out, that she had an abortion and it may not be, she may have aborted someone. I can see him saying, you know what, I want to be.
I have a quick question for you.
Go ahead.
Is it true that if a woman is infertile, she's less attractive, as far as?
It's supposed to be scientifically true.
But do you find that
I wouldn't know.
They know.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
Well, I'm just saying.
Consciously, they don't.
Yeah,
know.
consciously, I
But
wouldn't
if you
know.
know after dating and blah blah blah, would that change your perspective on your relationship with a woman that's infertile?
It depends on where I'm at in my life. Like if I already have kids and she's infertile, fine. I mean, if I wanted some kids and she's infertile, then there's a problem. So it depends on where I'm at in my life. But
I didn't mean to put you on the spot.
No. I personally find pregnant women attractive. I don't know if I'm crazy, but
I've heard that
that's
too.
Most
Yeah,
men.
because
scientifically you're
right.
supposed to be attracted to the health and the ability to procreate.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So creepy as it may be.
I know. I'm creepy.
I think pregnant women are beautiful.
Yeah,
some of pregnant women are
it's just
Courtney.
I mean, it's true. Some of them. Hello.
Well,
Heidi
some
Klum was like the most beautiful
By
pregnant
the
woman
way,
ever. Who
I
you
saw
guys
her
saw
today,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
she smiled at me.
And she smiled at you, and I saw that on Facebook.
And I was just so delighted.
And it made me think that if she's so beautiful in person as you guys have seen, she is, to me, in her normal state, she's even more beautiful when she's pregnant. And she's like, to me, she's like a huge leap more beautiful when she's pregnant. I don't know what it is. I don't know what carry. And she had those babies like constantly for like 4 years. She was always pregnant, and I was like, wow, like, can I be you when I'm pregnant?
So did she make you straight for a second?
For a minute, actually.
Wow.
Actually,
that's
no,
saying
she's
something.
stunning. She's stunning, and she wasn't made up. I mean, she was just beautiful.
She's a model. I mean,
well, I've seen some models that.
Did you see the model, Jenna?
Oh, Jenna.
Well, I mean,
you're gonna get beat up by that girl.
I've seen some.
When that girl sees you on the street, she's gonna say, "Excuse me."
Her name.
Actually, she was about to call in, and then she just heard the comment. She hung up.
Forget about it.
Forget
She gonna do you in.
I'm just saying, I remember her name.
She's like, you know how women are very confrontational when it comes to that kind of stuff. She's probably like, please, and she's going to cut you.
I've learned we can use that word.
You know, women like.
Why are you guys
as of last night?
As of last night.
Well, women like they use the blades, boy. You better understand that.
I don't use any.
She might be from Detroit.
No,
unless
she talks.
She's from Detroit. She cut you. If she's from Detroit, she's gonna cut you.
She
That's
would
for
cut
certain.
you. I just have pepper spray. I can't do anything else. I can't carry a knife.
And in New York, they razor blade you. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Chicago,
they
shoot
you.
How we got to razor blading and shooting from Melanie and Dermot's
I know. I always go there.
He always goes to
Nonetheless,
shooting,
the end
cutting.
of our episode is some violent project story from Curtis. So,
and his childhood.
So Melanie, who obviously is not from the projects,
really.
ends our episode.
So what's the bottle for? What's the bottle?
A nice little cliffhanger. Our bottle is a celebration because we did the entire season of the game. It is my piece of appreciation for all of you who have committed yourselves to the game, and thank you.
So where's the cake? I want some cake.
Courtney's not allowed to eat cake, so that couldn't be on the menu.
She's only allowed to eat fat burger.
I'm not allowed to eat fat burger.
We've already
Kenny, I haven't
discovered
had
that.
fat burger in 2 weeks.
Oh, by the way, did you get a burger in you today? Because you are full of energy
I didn't eat
tonight.
a burger, but I ate too many tacos. They're like this big.
So you can eat many tacos, but no cake.
What was the taco?
Taco? That's
It
not
has
really
acceptable.
healthy for you.
It's acceptable.
It was organic.
Dude, it's chicken and like a little bit of flour.
It
wasn't like a fried taco.
The
This top
tortillas
taco
were
that was
handmade.
and they were this big, literally.
How many you had? 10?
2.
So when Courtney's on a diet, then we're all on a diet.
Of meat.
I know, that sucks.
Is that what it is? So when Courtney's on a diet, we're all on a diet.
Yeah, because you're the judgmental a-hole / man testosterone
Well,
that made it necessary for me to be in shape.
No one
Because
told you-
otherwise,
no
I
one
would
told
just
you
be
that-
eating and be fine. But y'all got to be like, you gaining some weight, girl. You
Well,
need
I
to
didn't
go
say you
take
gained
the
weight.
junk
I
off
just
the
said
back.
you just had fat burger 2 hours ago. That's all I said.
See, this is why we cannot be friends.
And he said if he throw you in the water, you're
no
gonna float.
longer has
That's all he's saying.
absolutely anything to do with
I
our
want to
show,
sit next to her
the
if the
game.
plane crashed into the water.
Exactly.
I'll just turn over and just float.
Anyway,
Hold on to her.
we're ignoring the African Americans
Like-
across
like
the
the
table,
Titanic.
and we're gonna turn their microphones down, and we're going
No.
to ignore them for a moment.
No, you won't.
And we're gonna say, congratulations,
Absolutely.
BT, the game, Salim Akil, Mara Brock Akil, and all of those involved in the game.
Kelsey Grammer.
You did it.
Executive producer.
And love that they're a fan. They're fans of
In
the
spite
show.
of it all, you pulled it off. For every criticism that we have had at the game, it has only been in love. We
still appreciate it.
the opportunity to see the show again, and we look forward to season 5 And on that note, we're going to go to
Well,
commercial
because
break.
without you, there's no us.
I exist anyway. Just love me. Curtis. And scene.
Want to find out what the AfterBuzz is about?
Janice is a drama queen.
This is the divide that is going to carry the series.
Give us a call at 347-855-8269.
It's television, and they want it to be as dramatic as possible.
I mean, it's Shakespearean.
You never know what goes on behind closed doors.
Get in on the AfterBuzz. 347-855-8269.
Now, in the eyes of Jimmy, Nucky is a villain.
Listen on iTunes.
I mean, who would you guys rather hear that from?
Find us on Facebook.
Your husband or your best friend?
Follow us on Twitter.
But then she's trying to kill him, so it justifies it. I'm like, oh, now it makes sense.
And visit us at AfterBuzzTV.com.
The wig will come off. That wig come off, baby. Oh, what?
Boardwalk Empire. Desperate Housewives. Glee. Gossip Girl. Breaking Bad. Mad Men. True Blood. The Walking Dead. Big Love. Jersey Shore. The Oscars. Celebrity Rehab. The Emmys. If it's hot, you can bet we'll be buzzing about it.
So, ratings tracker BET's The Game held steady for the 12th week straight with just under 4 million viewers, coming in second at MTV's Teen Mom as the highest rated show on cable Tuesday in that time block.
Did the same thing again.
Dog on Teen Mom.
So people are watching, and they're watching week by week. So
Consistently. So season 5, where are you at?
yeah.
Just go ahead and call it up into existence right now.
Holla.
Speaking of season 5, it's official. The Game is planning to move to a 1-hour drama format for season 5, and this season was the segue into that genre. However, there is still no official word that the show has been picked up for a 5th season.
This was information given directly from BET The Game's Facebook site. They answered questions from all their fans, and they said they were intending to go to an hour format.
Called it.
And they wanted to go over a bunch of issues, including why Camille and Jason broke up, bring some Kelly Pitts back, and all kinds of other dramatic things in amazement. So they're going to drama.
Somebody spoke.
Whether we
I mean,
like it or not.
we spoke about that, and one of us, I don't know who it was, he was like, it should be an hour, and someone was like, oh no, 30 minutes is fine.
I've never been on the hour team.
Yeah.
I'm still not on the hour team.
Yeah, I was on the 30 minutes was fine. I think somebody asked for an hour.
Yeah.
Well, I think for a drama, I think typically a drama is best as an hour.
Yeah.
And sitcoms or comedy are best as half hour.
Yeah. And she actually was saying that it's like a dramedy, in which we felt like, Janay.
Miss Gabrielle Dennis who called in.
Yeah.
I will be interested to see, because from a casting perspective, all of these actors were hired as basically comedic actors.
Exactly.
Right. So to really fully segue into dramedy, even dramedy is...
it's a fine line.
It's a fine line, and I will be, I guess, interested to see what it works. It is sort of sad to me because I had so much appreciation for what it was before. But in agreement to Miss Dennis, as she said, it is an entirely new animal. And BET, I loved what she said about putting BET putting their stamp on it and making it something that is their own, which makes sense and makes me say, I guess
that's
you're
what
right.
was happening. That's
Release what it was before, because that's what it was before.
And now this is what
now.
now.
So,
Right.
such is life.
And I'm sure as actors, they probably look forward to it.
Of course they look forward to it.
We all know that. I mean, Kobe, he was on Third Watch, and that was a drama.
That's what I'm saying. Kobe, I think is
he can handle it.
That's the one. That's not who I'm concerned about.
I know.
So. But I love them all.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's interesting. I mean, has that been done before? Something that was a comedy and now
As
it's
a drama.
With the same actor, because you cast.
Well, even
based on
Gabrielle said, same actors, writers, directors, everyone.
And it's a whole new. That's. If nothing else, it's innovative. Go, you guys, for being the new kids on the block.
Exactly.
There you go.
Right. And I'll just leave it at that.
And giving us a dramedy.
I'm not hating, 'cause I haven't seen
a
it.
drama for African American television.
And I've been wanting an
asked for that.
African American drama since about 1993 when they took Under One Roof off of this air.
Yeah. Fortunately, unfortunately, Game has to do both. So
Maybe it'll breed some more goodies from there. So cool.
So in exciting brown people and entertainment news, Rochelle Eitz Eight. From Detroit 187 has been cast in another project for the network, comedy pilot Work It. The multi-camera project from Andrew Reich and Ted Cohen is about out-of-work car salesman Lee, played by Ben Koldyke, and Angel Amari Noel Asco, who realize that it's a woman's world and decide that to find work again and succeed, they must dress as women to get jobs as a pharmaceutical reps. Eights, who also co-starred on ABC's The Forgotten and did an arc on Desperate Housewives, will play Lee and Angel's new boss.
Go Rochelle for getting a pilot, but I was confused as hell as to how this is a storyline for a show, which is why it's in news. Like, well, they're gonna pretend to be women.
They're gonna pretend to be women to get these jobs, and she's gonna be their boss. And so, it is what it is.
And it's called Work It.
Work it.
Yeah.
Work.
Congratulations.
Hey, you put it in exciting brown people news.
Well, I put it in because great for her as the main role, and I love Detroit 187, but it also made me sad because does that mean Detroit 187 is officially canceled, which I didn't find out?
I think so.
That was a good show.
I think so.
It was a good show.
But you know what, ABC, they have all those good shows that they cycle through in one season, and they're like, I watched The Forgotten, and it was okay.
I was upset about Flash Forward.
Me too.
I didn't really care.
And then they replaced it with The Event. Like, come on.
Boo.
Flash Forward.
You're a hater. Shut up.
I'm not hating.
No talking.
I just don't like things that you like. How about that? That's not hating.
I would have said something inappropriate, but I refrained.
Speaking of things that Courtney likes over Kenny.
Hey, can you tell it's all about me night?
Whatever.
And what made me
I'm going to make a comment after this, so by the way.
Britney Spears announced today on Good Morning America that she would set back out on tour beginning in June with Enrique Iglesias as her tour mate. She shared the exclusive announcement with Good Morning America host Robin Roberts while backstage with her dancers after her San Francisco performance, which taped on Sunday but aired Tuesday morning. And also exclusive news coming out today, they're no longer, Enrique pulled out today.
Oh!
Okay, so
good.
So what I don't understand. This is what I don't understand. Britney Spears is not.
Robin Roberts, who is African American,
is brown.
No, somehow you finagle.
This is what this is about. This is about Courtney's obsession
That's
with
what
Britney Spears.
That's my whole.
Turn off camera one and microphone.
He's obsessed too. That's what it is.
No,
Jesse's obsessed with it too.
I had when I hosted last night. I'm a big Lady Gaga fan, and as soon as the news was over, she brought up Britney Spears, which was inappropriate, by the way. Only because Lady Gaga, she writes, produces, she does all. Britney Spears.
So why this is
why are they
brown
hating?
people
We were
news?
talking about brown
as
people.
A matter of
Lady
fact,
Gaga is not brown.
As a matter of fact,
this is about Enrique, and you were turning it into something else.
Pushing past Enrique Iglesias, Robin Roberts, who's African American, is she is obsessed with Britney Spears herself.
Robin loves Britney. Go Robin.
You guys are amazing.
Me and Robin are kindred spirits. We met when I was 8 years old.
Exactly.
I want to have my voice back.
You have no voice.
Come on, Jesse, give it back to me.
This is the Jesse and Courtney show.
Can I have my voice back? Okay, so Brittany, I want you to write and produce or do something on the album. She did nothing. She didn't even sing.
Brittany
it's all auto-tune. Auto-tune.
And I concur.
All she needs is a studio and abs and to dance her butt off.
She didn't even show up. She called in her album.
Whatever. She hates her.
Nothing amazing about Britney Spears.
Britney Spears is
if
amazing.
If there was no Britney Spears, there'd be no Lady Gaga.
Amen.
Really?
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 Jesse, you're not on my.
Wow.
Exactly. Just like. You know,
you're one of them. You're one of Courtney.
And as a matter of fact, y'all can buy Britney Spears' brand new album, Femme Fatale, today in stores.
Hey, Jesse, well then, if there was no Milli Vanilli, there would be no Britney Spears.
Exactly.
There's no Milli
because it's all trash.
But there was Millie and there was Vanilli, and now there's
just say, girl, you know it's true.
Britney's back, bitch.
Who
Don't
has
hate.
the #1 album?
Exactly.
Anyways,
right?
past.
So did Milli Vanilli.
Pushing past, Kenneth Branagh made quite the controversial casting decision for his new film Thor. He hired Idris Elba to play the character Heimdall. Recently, many fans responded to this decision with some strong disappointment for the hiring of a black actor to play the role of a white character.
It's white people.
Bernal issued the following statement saying, quote, Idris Elba is a fantastic actor. We are lucky to get him. He provides all the characteristics we need from Asgard's gatekeeper, the man who says thou shall not pass when Idris Elba says, you're going to have a problem. He's smart, intelligent, handsome, and an absolute joy to work with. If you have a chance to have a great actor in the part, everything else is irrelevant.
Right on, Kenneth Branagh.
I appreciated that on so many levels for a couple reasons. Okay.
Elizabeth Taylor and Cleopatra.
Not just Elizabeth
Not
Taylor,
just that.
but
Prince of Persia.
Prince of Persia. Cleopatra's being remade right now, and
With
Angelina Jolie is attached
I know.
to it. Nobody has a problem with that. And Cleopatra was not a fictional character. This is a fictional character.
Yeah, like
so.
Relax,
Go,
people.
Branagh. Thank
Relax.
you for actually saying something and speaking up because there was a lot of smack running around on the internet talking about Idris Elba, and Idris is a great actor.
He is amazing.
He is
amazing.
Delicious. Can you come visit me? He is amazing.
You're always hungry.
Doesn't she have a boyfriend?
I'm sorry.
He's not here
Always
today.
hungry.
She's hungry.
Look.
Someone get this girl some fat burger.
Thirsty.
Idris. Wherever you are
Don't
great.
do it. She likes Britney Spears.
I love
Yeah,
Britney
really.
Spears.
I know. She'll be
And he
playing
loves
that
her
around the
too.
house.
Hello, he did a movie with Beyonce, so he has to love Britney.
What?
Obsessed?
What's the correlation? There's no. Come on, really?
God.
One lip syncs.
by the way.
one is talented and one is not.
Not an acting. Oh. But Beyonce is my what is it? My lesbian love. So if I were in the lady pond, I would be in the pond.
And she dropped her dad as manager today or yesterday.
Officially again for like the
night time.
But whatever. She's like 30 now. It's time. Move on.
Yeah.
He's got baby mama drama. He ain't got time to be.
And I thought the mama took him back, right? Tina Knowles didn't go back with him?
Hell no. He's still with baby mama. He has like a 6-month-old son right now.
Really?
Where was that?
He's a ODB and whatever. So anyway, thank you, Kenneth Branagh. I appreciate your words of wisdom to continue to share with the world that it's about talent. And if they can put white actors in things that they've been doing for years, then why on earth would anybody have anything to say about a brown actor being put in that position? So thank you. We love you. And I can't wait to see Thor because Thor is hot.
Yeah, he is.
He is hot. And so is Idris. So when he's in his little crown, and I was like, it's gonna be great.
It is.
It's gonna be great.
And
Summer 2011.
You think her favorite song is Raining Men or something?
No. I actually really loved it when the game did It's Raining Men. That was the funniest shit.
You know what? I actually, when I watched that episode, I didn't like it. I was slightly offended. Slightly offended.
For real?
Yes, I was slightly offended.
Oh, when the big guy was.
Yeah.
How are you offended?
Well, because they were mocking the homosexuals by dancing.
It was a comedy. There's
whatever.
They mock black people. They mock white people. Everybody mocks.
But
they got it. I know.
That Malik was ridiculous.
I know.
That was the point.
I know.
Let's put it this way: when someone can be mocked, that means they're accepted.
Right. You're accepted.
Because if they mock black people, white people, gay people,
what do you expect? Whatever.
You're not accepted, Kenny, because I don't like you.
Oh, well, that's fine.
Now that the game is over,
and
I don't have to deal with you.
Actually, you do.
TV news and gossip for the game season 4 finale episode Tuesday, March 29, 2011.
And I will correct Courtney. She does have to
DJ
deal with
Jesse,
me.
Janay.
You do have to deal with me.
Yes, because I'm trying to get me a queen, and you are making that really difficult. Predictions. All right, kids. So we have to predict next season. First, we have to predict that it'll exist. So we're going to predict that it exists.
Absolutely.
And in this fictitious world where it exists, because it doesn't technically exist yet, what do you think is going down?
I mean, it's clear. I mean, you're gonna have problems with. Well, no. I mean, I already spoke about some of the predictions. Well, you know, Janay's. I honestly believe that Derwin's gonna have some problems with Melanie, and then he's gonna remind him that he had a good situation with Janay. You know, Jason. He sees it as a challenge. Where you got this quarterback who looks up to him supposedly. Is messing around with his old girl, so there's going to be some things going on with that. You know, Tasha Mack, you know, her, Malik, and Derwin. They're gonna have to squash that situation. She's gonna end up staying with Malik and not with Derwin. And there's, it's gonna be a exciting situation.
And you sound very excited about that.
And I am excited. I'm very excited.
Well, my prediction, everything you said. I was just gonna add. I'm gonna add that it will come back. They're gonna have a fifth season,
of course.
And I think they're gonna try to do the drama, but you can't do that with Tasha Mack and Kobe Bell. It just wouldn't work. So I think they're gonna try it. It's not gonna work, and then they're gonna go back to the comedy.
Well, but I think it's gonna be dramedy. I think it's gonna be a dramedy.
No, but I think they're gonna.
Dramedy is not comedy.
This season was dramedy, and they did it, but we did have those 2 episodes where it was knocked down funny, and we all laughed. Right. So hopefully they will bring more of those episodes back, because you can have. This is what a sitcom is. You can have the drama, but make it funny and have everyone enjoy it.
All right. Isabel, do you have anything to add?
Well,
nope.
No. I agree with them. I definitely think that Derwin and Melanie are not going to be a couple for long. And Costco brand's going to stick around for maybe 5.
Who's the
Kirkland?
Oh.
I was trying to remember. I was trying to.
It's so funny how we were
trying to be funny.
Well, no.
But it is hilarious once I realize what she's talking about.
Oh, Kirkland
is at Costco. Wow. All right.
Sorry, Curtis, you're having a horrible day
No,
today.
I didn't-
You didn't get laid all week, all month, all day.
I think it was funny.
On that note,
I know. Let's pop the champagne bottle.
close out the finale of the game.
I missed that.
I don't know what's going to happen next season, but what I do know is that some Negroes will be on TV. So thank you and good night.
Hey.
From producers Kevin Undergaro and Phil Svitek, engineer DJ Jesse Janity, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. If you have questions or comments, be sure to buzz us at info@AfterBuzzTV.com. And you can find us on Facebook or follow us on Twitter by searching for AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.